So this is the shirt sleeve application for the woman's dress. We're going to start with the sleeve face to face matching the back notches. So you always want to make sure you got the correct sleeve. And if you were going to do the placket, you could wait at this point because it's open to make sure you have left and right. But that's one thing to be aware of. This particular sample is going to have a cuff instead of the placket, a roll back cuff.
Is this for the back?
Yeah, this is the back sleeve, and it's sewing into an open armhole. 1.5-inch seam allowance. And it doesn't really need ease, although there's a little bit of ease in the cap, so I'm just going to kind of work the fabric. And then this will, before I continue, I want to check that I've got the right length there, so I'm in good shape as I go around the cap. You can pin if you like, although it's not really necessary. And again, just take your time. You control the speed with your foot. The harder you press, the faster it's going to go. But it's easier to put in this method of sleeve than if you close it first. So on shirts, that's why they call it a shirt sleeve method. Shirt sleeves are usually a little bit more open armholes. They're not as tight close to the body. And then after you get this seam done, you're going to go over to the overlock. So follow me over, and I want to make a point with the overlock because a lot of times students will accidentally catch things on the overlock they don't mean to. But do that, and then come back and finish out the sleeve. So this will I'll clean up real nice. Just make sure you keep everything away so you don't accidentally cut into the sleeve or into the body. Go back and finish out the side seam. So this is one long seam. So we're going to start with the sleeve at the bottom, and then we want to match it here at the underarm. So you can either pin it or hold it in place. I usually just hold it. And the seam allowance will be going toward the sleeve as you sew. Now you'll notice there's a notch here. That's going to be where the cuff turns back later. I'll show you in a minute.
Just like the sample, right?
It's a little different. This one doesn't have a separate cuff. It's all part of the same sleeve.
Oh, I see.
And again, that saves time. You get a turn back cuff without the extra placket and everything. So this is a different style, but it's also a more economic way to do a sleeve. Now, I haven't done them yet, but I also have 2 fisheye darts in the back, and I don't think you need to see me repeat it. It's the same process, so, but you want to make sure not to forget to sew those, or you'll have punch holes in your back. And since the pocket's already on there, a 1/2 inch seam will clean that. This is also a good way to keep your pockets level. You sew them into the side seam. You don't have to worry about whether or not everything's perfectly aligned. It's pretty foolproof. Okay, and so after I finish this seam, I'll go to the overlock and clean that seam. And then this part here, after this has all been overlocked, I'll do the same thing on both sides. I'll fold this back at the notch. And this I'll probably press into place with a 1/4 inch seam and do a really deep clean finished hem right here. Then on the outside, when it turns back, you get this finish with still some of this to the inside. All right, so that's the sleeve and the body and the pocket operation. I am going to do this collar next.